it's Jen, and let's talk about this dehumidifier. So I was gifted this product, and I've actually like grown to really love this thing. It's super simple. You can hear it going right now. It's pretty quiet, and it works great. But here's a few things you need to know before you hit buy. Okay, so first off, right here on the front, it's telling us like what the humidity is like in my house right now. So we're sitting at 56 degrees. It also has that number up here on the top, and I'll show you that in a second. But first things first, down here, it is on wheels and it moves pretty easily. This actually has like a decent amount of water in the tank right now that it's already pulled out of the air, and it is still able to move so nicely. I'm not worried about it scratching my floors or anything like that. So the ability to move it around that way is great. Your little filter piece up here easily pops off the back. And this, you're going to want to clean this every like 2 weeks-ish. But right now, you can see it's looking really good. It's really easy to remove and to put right back on here. It does have these little things here. Honestly, I'm not really sure what they're for. I think maybe you could use them, I don't know if it's for this, or like wrapping up your cord around them. But they're there if you want. Otherwise, it does have this nice little spot here to be able to lift and move this guy around. Overall, it's not huge. Like the profile on the side here, I have average women's size hands. If I'm putting my hand up to the side here, you can see it like about takes up that space of the width of my hand, but it's not huge. It's pretty like slim and not overly tall either, which is really nice. You can feel the air coming out of the top, and there's a bunch of different modes on the top that we'll talk about in a second. There is a sleep mode. So if we did turn that on, just going to hold the button on the top. And now those lights go out. So if it's nighttime, you don't want all those lights on, there is a sleep mode to get rid of that. You just push and hold the button again, and then they will come back on like the regular mode. You can actually see back here, there's this little red ball here, and this determines how full of water this is. So you can see when this has like nothing in it, when you first get it, this little red ball is going to be all the way at the bottom, and it's going to fill up here based on how much water is in here. So if we turn this off, it takes just a second for it to shut down. It's super easy to remove this bottom part. So all you have to do is just kind of pull apart on the side there. And then it has a nice little handle here. So we can just grab this, and you would just take this and dump it. You can actually see the water in there. We are going to need to dump this like right now. So I'm going to go do that real quick, and then we'll keep talking about this. Okay, it's all emptied, way lighter now. It's crazy to me that that's just like water from the air, but we're just going to put this back in here, and it's all set to go. It's obviously much lighter now, and I'm going to bring you a little closer so you can see all of the options on the top. Okay, so let's run through all of your options on the top. This thing works great. It's quiet. You heard all of that. Quick on and off button over here. And again, now we're going to see that percentage of humidity the same as we see up front. So we're looking at 54% right now. There's a child lock button. If you're like me, if you have kids, you need to have this child lock so little hands aren't getting all over this. You can just touch and hold that. And now that button went on, you can see the little light goes on here. It's on child lock. I can mess with all these buttons. Nothing's going to happen, which is great. So if we want to turn that off though, again, you're just going to touch and hold. It turns off. You have other options like ventilate here, and you have different options within that, like a continuous or just like a regular. Sleep we already talked about. That's going to turn off the different lights on here. There's a timer option on here, which works fantastic. And that's one of the big things I feel like you need to know about. So if this is running, you can set a timer anywhere from, I believe it's like 1 to 24 hours. And it is going to, let's see, if I hit timer, you're going to do the increase, decrease over here to set your time, how long you want it to go. If you want this thing to go for like 12 hours, you're going to set this at 12. And it's going to run for 12 hours and then turn off. Now, the other awesome thing is if you turn this off, okay, now it's all the way off. You can also press timer while it's off, and you can say, okay, I want this to start running in 1 hour from now. And again, you can set this anywhere from 1 hour to 24 hours. So it's going to stay off until that time comes. So that part is so handy. I love that you can either be left on for a certain amount of time or starts in a certain amount of time. So that part is really awesome. You can also just easily turn that timer off too. So turning it back on, you've got your increase, decrease here. You can have that set for like how much humidity you want in your house. And you can set this thing to run to just keep going all the time and ignore that, or you can have it run until it reaches certain humidity, okay? So there's dry mode over here, so you can have it, again, like super dry. You can have it run continuously, like we just talked about, like it's not gonna stop at all. Or you can have it do like over here in dehumid mode, you can have it running until it reaches 30% humidity in your house. So you've got a ton of options with this guy. There's fan speed here too. All of these buttons are easy enough to use, super simple to be able to figure this out, and it works great. Overall, I've been super happy with this little guy. Like I said, it's not huge, but it does cover like, I think it's like 4,500 square feet. So covers a huge area. You can obviously see it works by how much water we were able to get in here and dump out. Love the like small profile and just that it looks good as well. I feel like it's come a long way from the dehumidifiers I had as a kid. So hopefully this was helpful and you can check it out.